Hey group. Hello again. I'm sitting down here in the library. I've got a dress on. I've got my bracelets on. This is kind of a long dress. Um, so I feel like a mature woman, which is something I'm, going for. Um, so I'm going to say that I haven't obviously posted videos for a couple weeks. It just seemed to me disrespectful to the Black community and also inappropriate just to be on here talking when much more important things were going on in the world. But I want to get back into it. And speaking of mature woman, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about my journey. Obviously, as people know from my talk about sex, I'm not ashamed to talk about my ignorance. Like, it took me a long time to get to this point. Like, it was, I think, 2018 when I was like addressing the elephant in the room, which was the elephant in my heart of like, why is it that I never had a boyfriend? Why did this stuff just never happen to me? And then once I kind of opened myself up to like a serious inquiry about that, just a lot of things have happened in my life. It's been a much more human experience ever since that happened. So today I hope I can also kind of go down that path as I have been changed like and I almost said like a lot of people, but I'm really going to try to speak for myself. I have been changed about the recent protests and the coming to light of the racial injustice issues in the United States and in the world, and I want to be a better person. So I'm just going to share one story. Again, something I am not proud of, but I'm gonna say it. It's about this book right here, The People's History of the United States, which I saw on the internet when you're getting your trying to be an anti-racist and the kid. This is one of the beginners books, and it's embarrassing. I like to be like, I'm not a beginner, but I am a beginner. And I will say the story of I actually had this book. Like it was probably 10 or 12 years ago. And I heard it was good. So I was going to read it. And I remember I can't remember how far I got. I remember reading it in Southern California, literally like on the beach, like near some um, like at a outside a cafe, and I was reading it. And I was just like, oh, and I stopped reading it. Group, I stopped reading it because it was too depressing. And it's like almost too stereotypical that I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. And I mean, it's true. Like my family, we came from Northern Europe, and we've always been Protestant. We have literally never experienced any type of oppression. And I've often thought, like I was reading the book Dr. Zhivago a few years ago, and I thought, and again, I don't want to make this about my dad, it's about me, but I've thought so many times, like particular reading that book, I'm like, I wonder what my dad's personality would be like if everything he tried for was taken away from him and he just couldn't accomplish his goals because of a larger system. Because honestly, that has not been my experience at all. Like my parents own land. There's never been any type of issue with not getting what we want because of the political system. And so when I try to read the people history of the United States, I was just like, oh no, that's too depressing. So I didn't read it, and I actually got rid of that book. Like this is where it gets really embarrassing. When I moved back to Nebraska, I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna read that. Like it's too sad. So I got a new copy, and I'm again, this gets to the point I'm trying to justify my actions, and I can't justify it. All I can say is I gotta get in there, right? Like if I'm gonna be a better person, I have to open my eyes to the way that the system doesn't work for everybody like it has for me and my family. So this is I'm going to get into this again. I'm, like I say 1,000 times, I'm 42. Like, I can't say like I'm from a small town, I don't understand that. I got to do it. So I have begun. This is going to be a transformative process for me. I really hope a lifetime of work. I started this yesterday. I read chapter 1, and I'm going to work my way through all these books, and I'm gonna be better. And that's all I have to say for today. So tune in for these videos. I'm still going to talk about the topics I've been talking about, also, hotness, etc. But I'm also going to talk about my own journey trying to be better. Okay, thank you. See you all later. Bye.